believer, you deserve an Oscar. You call that gold, I call it copper. Bought 15 blocks, paid every dollar, and I put that there on my nigga Pop. Mayday, 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 another man down. Vacate. Them people spread wrong. I'm not gonna quit chasing new money. Just know I got young that'll flesh up the shoe money.
Yeah.
Mayday, another man down. Vacate. Them people spread wrong. I'm about to load this up and don't give a fuck about this club. I'll shoot this whole bitch up. Calm down, nigga. Put the chopper drum.
Come on now.
Nigga. Fuck that. I hit a couple blocks to bring that bitch right back around, nigga. Tough talk, yeah, I love it. I get dirty, nigga, like a real rat. Put my tummy on the night.
Wow, what's up? This Mindset Therapy Real Talk Podcast, man. I had to come in with my main theme music, man. As you can hear, it's something you need to get in tune with. But this is Mindset Therapy Real Talk Podcast. This is Mr. Mindset Therapy himself. On another Tuesday, you could be anywhere else, but you're here with us. So hats off to you, man. We appreciate you and thank you. Today we got a special guest on here, man, and we're gonna get it popping. We ain't gonna waste no time. But at 7 o'clock here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves again. We offer 7 simple strategies to developing a positive mindset, and we stand on that. Woo, say, bro, man, it's another drop, gorgeous, beautiful Tuesday evening, and we here on the set with Mindset Therapy, man. I'm gonna let my co-host introduce himself. We're gonna run it down the line, man. Do your thing, Big Mike.
Right. Once again, man, want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. Mindset Therapy, Real Talk Podcast, man, and just want to let all of you know that it means a lot for each and every one of you all that subscribe, leave comments, and share, our podcast with other individuals so that they can tune in, tap in to Real Talk Mindset Therapy. Michael Robinson, we have a special guest, and his name, again, correction, there was a typo on the flyer, but his name is Willis Malvo, and he's in the building. And yeah, man, with no further ado, man, Willis Malvo, aka Wine.
Yes, sir. AKA Damn Fool. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing, man? Today, my name is Willis Malvo, man. Better known as Lil Wine, man. Yeah, y'all get ready to hear this story, man. I got a story to tell, man. A good one at that, but at the same time, man, on some positivity, and hopefully y'all get something out of it.
Most definitely.
Say, look, I do have to say this, man. We not here to glorify nothing. We just here to share and enlighten. This for teach. Look, this is a teachable moment, educational purposes only, and understand that the things we've been through, we've been blessed to come through. We only here to share with y'all so y'all can understand, man, there's a better way, especially for our young men and women, is a better way. And I got men right here that serve half of their life in the penitentiary. I was one of the lucky ones to bounce in and out, 4 years here, 5 years here, 3 years here. But these dudes served a consecutive sentence, and it was nothing but God that they here with us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done heard the Red Hawk story many times, and it ain't gonna be the first, ain't gonna be the last. Now y'all about to hear a story that connects to Brother Mike's story, but at the same time, man, when he started, man, we were still eating Frosted Flakes, playing marbles in the backyard, the age he went in for. So, tune in, bro. Go ahead, do your thing, bro. Run your story, bro. And remember, I got 7 questions for you at the end of this, so we gonna run it up.
So again, man, my name is Willis Malvo, man. Those that know me, man, know I did 28 years, man. Went in at 12 years old for 2 murders, man. Life wasn't hard for me, man. Even at 12 years old, man, we still got options to make. My story is, man, I actually committed 2 murders, man. Not, glorifying or being that it's gonna be justified, but I just feel like if anybody was placed in my position, they probably would have did the same thing. We went to court to try to, fight it, with the jury trial, lost the jury trial, and ended up getting something called, actually it's 2 people in the state of Texas that changed the law. That's me, and there's another dude named Edward DeBro, man. They gave us determined sentence. If people don't know what determined sentence means, that means you go to TYC 6 months before your 18th birthday. You go back before the judge, and the judge is able to make a decision to send you home, send you to prison, or send you back to TYC. The judge chose to send me back to TYC. From TYC, I went to TDC. Now, I was at Guinness, one of the most ruthless. Besides West Texas, it was hard, even for a juvenile delinquent. This is where all the bad crime was. You know, you had the murderers, you had the robbers, you had at a young age. They placed, if you can imagine placing all these people of this youngsters of a negative mindset under one roof. It was a strictly a matter of survival. Now, point being said, this when I ran into your boy Charleston White. I don't know if y'all know Charleston White, but I know him personally. You know what I'm talking about? Running into Charleston White, I actually did time. He was at Guinness as well. And with that being said, he didn't go by that. But we'll talk about him at another time. Right now, we're gonna focus at the problem at hand. And the problem at hand was me, man. Like I say, growing up in a environment that you adjust to, you only know what you know. You only learn what you know. That was robbing, stealing, and eventually killing, man. So I'm a big advocate right now of put down the guns, pick up the gloves, and while doing time, as people know me by Lil Wine, man, they understand the significant part I had of doing time that influenced a lot of others to get on track. Uh, I was a leader upon every ground that I walked on. Believe it or not, I ain't never been no follower. I always was good from the shoulders, and if it came time to get, joysticks or weapons as we call them, you had to do what you had to do. And say my background is not a bad background though. I ain't never failed no grade. I always stayed in school. I was just influenced by family and friends. You do what I'm saying? Whichever route they took, I was taking. Big on family and in particular my crime. Uh, my mom had got shot. You did what I'm saying? So with that being said, we went to court and tried to fight it with the crime of passion, man. But going through times, man, you understand and you learn a lot of things, man. One of the things I learned is that crime of passion is not really a true crime because even at that age, for a justifiable reason of doing what I did, they still say when you take matters into your own hands, you're guilty. You do what I'm saying? But with the new wave that's happening today, man, how you got people telling on people, man, I am one of the few that can say that I went to trial upon myself, then nobody tell on me. I ain't telling nobody. I took my choices, did my time, came out here, became successful, man. Now don't get me wrong, I still have my problems here and there, man, but growing is part of living. So, I'm not at an age, nor I don't think I would ever be an age to not listen and not learn. You did what I'm saying? So, y'all can shoot whatever questions y'all want to shoot up, man. Whatever I got to answer, I answer, man. But I'm here.
Go ahead, Mike. I know you got a burning desire. I see it in your eyes.
Yeah. Like I stated, man, this is a personal friend of mine. A lot of the guys that come on, I've done a great amount of time with these guys. And again, we're not here to glamorize. We're here to tell true, raw, lived experiences in hopes of deterring anyone that may be going down the journey that we once traveled. Uh, so, with that being said, you heard my friend, you heard Malvo say that at the age of 12, at the age of 12, he took matters in his hands, and I think it's safe to say that for the majority of us, that if anyone, he said he's big on family. If any of us see harm coming to any of our family, in specific his mother, that we too would take matters in our hand. Again, we're not here to glamorize, but I want to focus on that instant, that one instant. I tell people oftentimes when I'm sharing my story that in less than 5 minutes cost me 30 years of my life. So having said that, Malvo, second, that split second that it took for you to make the decision that put you in a position to where now you're facing the judicial system.
Wow.
How long did you do in TDC, stemming from juvenile incarceration to TDC?
25 years.
25 total. At any point were you released?
No.
So that's 25 straight, 25 calendar
Yeah, 25
from
count.
the age 12. So I want each and every one of you all out there that's listening, please pay attention, be very attentive. Uh, at the age of 12, 25 calendar years. So we're talking about someone that hasn't even seen ninth, 10th grade, hadn't even
No.
played juvenile football, hadn't even went to the prom. He hadn't experienced any of that. But the judicial says you committed a crime. Now you're going to do the time. He
Yeah.
also stated that uh, in the juvenile system, that at a certain age, they bring you back up and bring you before the jury again to determine which way you go, one,
Yeah.
two, or three. And he
Yeah.
stated that they sent him back to TYC. Now, my question to you, I've never experienced TYC. I went straight to TDC. But when
Right.
they send you back to TYC, they send you back for how long?
So in my instant determined sentence, when they send me back, they send you back not in population. They send you back into the what we call the hole until you go to TDC.
Okay.
They can send you back doing a 21 cop out. So in my instance, person, they sent me back and I stayed at TYC an additional week before I went to TDC. TDC came and picked me up from TYC.
Okay, so could you explain for the listeners what a 21 cop out is?
So a 21 cop out is when you get a set date from the judge, which is your 21st birthday. However old you is, when you get convicted, the judge is gonna 21 cop out you, meaning that you would get out. Your release date is your birthday when
Okay.
you turn 21.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you turn 21, they literally will give you a bus stop ticket and $50 cash and throw you out on the front porch until you go.
And this is at the age of 21.
This is at the age of 21 if you're doing a 21 cop out.
Right. Now, I've also heard, and correct me again, I do not know, that they can hold you until the age of 21 and then transfer you to TDC. Is that true
No.
and correct? That's not
No.
true. So
If you're
it's
doing
go ahead.
on a 21 cop out,
Mhm.
21 cop out, you're going home. Regardless.
Okay.
They can't hold you over 20, a day past 21.
Okay.
They can't
All
hold
right.
you. Yeah. But they got now they got predetermined sentence where you are actually sentenced a certain amount of time, 4 years, 2 years, and you will get out when them 2 years is up as well. 4 years is up as well. They the same thing. They give you a bus ticket, give you $50 and tell you to go. Your time is served.
Okay.
And then they got what they call, like I say, me and Edward DeBro changed the law for the determined sentence where you have to go back before the same judge that convicted you.
Right.
And you have three the determinations to make: going home, going to TDC, or back to TYC.
Now, all that is factored upon your disciplinary, your TYC file. How has he conducted himself while in TYC? Is that correct?
Oh yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So to spring forward, I heard you say they came and got you very quickly,
Yeah.
and it was at that moment that they sent you to TYC. I mean TDC.
TDC.
TDC. So at that age, you were 21. Now you're
No,
transferring into
no. At that age, I was 18. You go back.
18.
Yeah, you go back 6 months before your 18th birthday.
Okay, at
Before the
18.
judge. 18.
Okay, go back before the same judge,
Yeah.
and he said TDC.
TDC.
Okay, what was it like, Juan, for those that don't know, 18 years old, walking into TDC, and where did you land in TDC?
So my first unit was a unit called Clemens Unit.
Mhm.
Known to my, I bypassed the YP, which is Youth Offender Program. I bypassed that because I had already been to TYC.
Right.
Now the transition, you got to understand, from going from a bunch of youngsters to general population in TDC
Mhm.
was hardening for me, man. So I just feel like at that age, I was at this age of proving myself,
Right.
to myself. So I went through the door, with a hardness in my heart, man. Like, you hear the stories, you watch the movies, and that's a part of, that you're going to do your best not to go through. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I went through the door first day of TDC. I was calling the big dogs, as they said. I was calling the big dogs,
Right.
just to prove my point, like I'm coming through the door ready. But you
Right.
got to understand, I have a background within, uh, boxing as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was boxing since I was 7 years old. So
Right.
I felt the need to, come through the door, prove myself,
Right. To establish yourself, solidify
to
yourself.
establish myself.
Right,
Yes.
right, right, right. So, for those of you that don't know, to bring clarity, the Clemens unit that he's talking to, referring to, those that are frat brothers, frat sisters, they know, was once upon a time, still is, called Burning Hell.
Burning hell.
So, so here you have a gladiator unit, just like the
Yeah.
Ferguson unit and many other Beto One unit that are gladiator units. When you come into TDC, they have units designed for, if you think you tough, I got somebody a little tougher. If
Yeah.
you got a question, I got a whole bunch of people that's got some answers. So
Yeah.
they sent Malvo to Burning Hell,
Yeah.
a
I'll come up.
gladiator unit. He's full of testosterone. He's a known boxer. He's already solidified himself in TDC. He steps in TDC and he like, I want the big dog.
And
So
that's exactly what happened, man. And doing that, I've learned that, it's a good and bad doing, coming in the door like that. The good is, as you said, you establish yourself, letting them know that, man, this, I'm looking for all of them. But then the bad part is, you got a lot of challenges you're gonna face, man. You understand that there's some people that fight better than you,
yeah,
what I'm talking about? There's some people that, ain't trying to hear no fighting. You know what I'm saying? They been there a while, they got artillery to use on
right,
you. You know what I'm talking about? So I learned all that and I've been through all of it. You know what I'm talking about? Now there's parts of TDC that I didn't participate in, as
right,
my frat brothers and sisters know that I didn't participate in, or you know, whatever you do with your life is your life. But my thing is, my main mentality is, I came in here one way and I want to go out,
right.
the same way I came in, man.
Right. So it's safe to say, when you come in TDC, you try to solidify yourself, because it's at that moment that you can either become the hunter or the hunted.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
At that moment, because you
At
you
that,
faced with a, you go from being doing, incarceration, you go from privacy, TYC,
Yeah.
to TDC. There's no privacy, there's
correct.
none.
Correct.
So, and again, you have men that's been doing time, to where TYC, you have people that did little time, they went home. You
Right.
know what I'm talking about? So with that being said, the culture change.
Right.
And this is why I know it's God as well, man. I was just fortunate, man, to be placed around people that, man, that did letting, other people take advantage of it. You did what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Correct.
I believe in, you got the good, the bad, and the ugly that comes with incarceration, man. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? And it just so happened, it wasn't me surrounding myself with these kind of people, but the vibe and the gravity of just being amongst real killers, man, that took a liking to me, man, put me under their wing and really showed me the ropes, man, of how everything should go, man. And
Right.
to this day, I stand on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even, being out here, man, there are some principles that I brought from there here that keeps me grounded, man.
Right, most definitely. So, real quick, for clarity, because we have an audience of those that have been just as impacted as well as those that have not been. So, when you say they put you under your wing, could you define in layman terms for those that have not been to prison?
Yeah. Okay. So, put you under your wing can go two ways, as we know. You
Correct.
know, so put you under the wings. In a positive aspect is that you got the older generation of men that put you upon knowledge.
Right.
The dudes that don't of the penitentiary.
Right.
One of the things they always told me: you see no evil, you hear no evil, you speak no evil.
Right.
Meaning
Mind your
that in
business.
the guidelines of that is mind your business.
Mind your business.
You see, mind your business. See, that's the main thing of doing time.
Right.
Is what I learned the most.
Right.
Mind your business. If you hear something, you ain't heard it. You see something, keep it moving, man.
Right.
And give respect to receive respect. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of the words that come out your mouth, because one thing they taught me is that something so simple to you can be taken out of content, in that environment, right? So placing me under the wing of older people was pretty much just them giving me positive knowledge, man. Learning how to stay out the way, learning how to, speak up for yourself when it's time to be, when it's time to be understood. Because a lot of times, as a youngster, I was misunderstood on a lot of ways that I didn't know coming into TDC. Wasn't taken lightly, man. It was very offensive. You know what I'm saying? So the ones who took me under their wing, meaning that they gave me a lot of knowledge, what I'm saying, a lot of survival instinct. I kept my head on swivel, which, at times I didn't have to, but at the end of the day, that's how I was taught. You know what I'm saying? Because just as much things can go on in front of you, as many things can go on behind your back as well. So always be on swivel, And then, as we know, the negative part of taking you under the wing is pretty much you're gonna be a girl. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of men that I saw come in there real hardened, and they were just softened, man, from manipulation and, taken up under the wings of the manipulators, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I was taken up under the wings of, as what they call the OGs, the heavy hitters, to where some people was taken up under the wing of the manipulators, man.
Right. So you got taken up under the wing to get schooled, and you have a taken up under the wing to where I'm going to break you. You came in a man, but you're fixing to become a woman.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wow. See, bro, as I listen to you, I resonate, especially with the juvenile time. I came from a place where our juvenile facility was one of the bloodiest, in Louisiana, LTI, Scotlandville. That was in the heart of Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? So Baton Rouge was deep up there. You know what I'm saying? You had to, you just wasn't fighting against, up there's New Orleans, Lake Charles, Freeport, Baton Rouge, all the country towns and clicked up. You might have uh, Shreveport and Alexander clicking up. You might have Baton Rouge and New Orleans was close. You know what I'm saying? But it was dangerous because you had to deal with the guards was raping niggas and the dudes was raping each other. You feel me?
Yeah.
You had to know and keep your head on a swivel, because if you felt into that weakness, that category of being weak, the guards was coming at you too.
Yeah.
They want them too, because they weird too. So as being a youngster, being exposed to that, I know I wasn't 12, but I was right there. But my crime wasn't as severe as yours, so I know that they handled you with a whole different set of gloves.
Oh yeah.
You was dangerous, not one, but you had two on your hands.
Yeah.
You feel me? So they dealt with you in a whole different aspect.
Right.
Far as for me, compound to compound, I'm smooth, I'm moving, but at the same time, I got a lot riding against me. You know what I'm saying? I never was big. I had to keep me some deadly hands, and I know I had to move like a vulture because I'm in a room full of vultures. So I know one thing, but one thing I couldn't get was I was. It's like you was groomed for. I was groomed to go to the penitentiary. Really, you know what I'm saying? Everything I ever heard. Boy, look, yellow boy, you better be a dog. You better look, get off first. Don't gamble, don't mess with no boys, don't steal, mind your business.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me.
Right.
From juvenile to adult. I ain't gamble, I didn't steal, and I mind my business. I ain't them boys. You know what I'm saying? And the things I saw in jail, I never ever saw in the street.
Right.
But
a whole different world.
When I got the adult jail, it was like it used to irk me so much. But like you said, the old timers had to grab me like, look, man, hear no evil, see no evil. But I'm like, man, look, you got to look. You're gonna see some things. You got the man, look, this the environment you in, man. You got to live around that. You can't be with all that. Them punks, you'll lose your life.
Yeah.
Chill out. Let them live in their world. You just stay focused, man. Don't worry about, because when you young and you dumb, you feel like you got this. Like, man, I'm gonna punish one. Don't come around me with that, man. But it's all around you. Even some of the old timers that's giving you the game, sneaking and geeking.
Right.
They just not disrespecting you with it.
Yes,
you feel me? They know they don't want you to go down that road. They ain't never coming home no more.
Right.
They got to live, but they know you got an out day. So they like, man, look, keep your head on a swivel, but stay focused.
Bottom line.
Stay focused. So I can just imagine,
the pressure.
The man going from juvenile jail, not even getting out, and going straight to adult. You know what I'm saying? Adult penitentiary. No stop at. No, none of that. You going straight to the to the wolves.
Right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know the pad you had to lay, even though you had some nice baggage coming there. They heard, but you had to come lay your load down there now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
It's different laws. All right, I laid my load down there with these little ones. Now I'm a man. Now I got to come here and lay my load down. But it's different. Like you said, if God ain't put you around the right people, that could have easy when, when
I
left.
saw. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Left. Just from being so macho, just from being I'm that, I ain't letting nothing slide. But sometimes you got to turn that head.
And what's troubling about that, man, is that sometimes, man, you gotta let your homeboys and your friends. You can't protect them. You gotta let them do them.
Oh, you took the words out of my mouth, man.
You gotta let them do them, and that was a hard part for me because I always was, even from the streets to TYC, man, we was always one fight, all fight.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, being schooled by the older heads, man, they allow you to know, man, is that one thing about TDC, man, it exposes the real you.
Most
and what saddens me is that I saw a couple of my partners, man, turn to bros, man. You didn't press your pride and they break. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that they told me, although you minding your business, man, the thing is don't say your friends, because you'll learn a lot by just standing back watching to see how they respond. Because when they not around you, how they gonna act?
Right.
You do what I'm saying? You can't protect the world, man. You do what I'm saying? So, that was troubling for me, because a lot of times I'm always at home for the, you fight, I'm gonna fight, man. Or take care of your battles, just chill. Yeah. And I learned the hard way, man. You can't do that, man. You gotta let them fight their own battles, man.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, look, I had a little dude. We was in the Paris together. We got our time. I think he had 3 more years than I had. But we was together from the courthouse to the full floor in the Paris, on the bus, going upstate. We get to the Beavers. The Beavers is like in Hunts. Is like the Beavers is like they process you. Either you're going to Hunts or they're gonna ship you to Angola, DCI, the Quincy, whatever. This the homing place. This is where they process you at.
Right.
This is my second time up there. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? They calling me from all across the yard, sending me stuff already. You feel me? So I'm telling Lil one, we get to the Beavers. I'm in like cell 2. He in cell 8 with an old blister. Old one. So I'm telling him, say something. Don't don't get too friendly with you. He got a jacket on it.
Real.
Nah, man, old time cool. I say, bro, the dude got a jacket, bro. That's what he do. We're like, all right, I got it. I said, all right, you got it. Now, in the Paris, he was fighting and everything. You heard me? He was getting down. Call us going to yard. We locked down like 25 hours out the day. You feel me? Come out, give us a yard. He seeming kind of broken. I'm like, what's up? Nah, man, I'm just chilling, man. I'm trying to get on his phone. I'm like, all right, but he getting distance. So the nigga so deep in his head, he said, man, keeping him, man, stay from around your boy. But your boy, he didn't play the game on him where he didn't distance him because I'm giving him the game to watch him. Right. Man, I say, bro, about the third night, the fourth night, it was over with, man. That boy coming out there, boy, you couldn't even recognize that boy.
Yeah.
Couldn't even recognize him.
Yeah,
straight evil spirit. I'm like, man, couldn't even look me in my eyes. Couldn't look at me.
Yeah.
It hurt me to my heart because I told this little nigga, I said, bro, don't fall for it. Yeah. I'm telling you. See, he know he gonna sense you never done this before. Right. He gonna be on you. So you got to get off. You got to let him know where you at with it, straight up from the door. Right. Man, if you steady play that game, bro, and just be running your mouth, man, I don't want to talk. I don't got nothing to talk about, dog. Look.
And stand on it.
And from that punishing. He let that nigga get in his head.
Yeah. And for those of you that are following us, watching us, and don't know what the word, because we're talking a lot of, we're using a lot of prison verbiage. The word jacket means you have a reputation. So if you have a reputation, he has a jacket on it. 9 times out of 10, when we use that, that means he has a reputation for homosexuality, indulging, etching, or pitching. Homosexuality. Yeah,
playing baseball either way.
Yeah. So with that being said, man, I know we got a bunch more with wine, man. So from wine, my question to you from right there at that standpoint, now you're solidified. You're doing time. You're not letting the time do you. Can you take off from right there and tell us about your time, how you did your time?
Yeah. So how I did my time, man, very overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Overly aggressive. I was at a balance, man. I didn't live in a gray area. My thing is, if I rocked with you, I rock with you, and those that don't understand, rock with you, man. If you was my friend, man, I considered you a friend. We broke bread across the board, man. If you ain't have a soup and I had it, we gonna split that soup, and that's how we gonna do it. But a lot of times what kept me in trouble, man, was I had a aggressiveness by myself that TDCJ couldn't handle. So with that being said, this aggressiveness landed me in medium custody, landed me in closed custody, and then high security. If y'all don't know what high security means, and then on top of that, I tell people this: there's a prison inside of prison, which is called administrative segregation, short for SEG. So I did 5 years in SEG, man. Now let me tell you something.
Ooh, Lord.
That SEG time is not no joke, man. You're either 24 hours inside the cell if they short of staff, or you're doing 23-1, meaning that you're doing 23 hours in your cell and you're coming out for 1 hour of rec. Now, mind you, this rec is in a cage solo. Only thing you have to work with there is a pull-up bar. So you are going to be, it's 3 things in administrative segregation can break you mentally, man. I saw a lot of people,
Hey, you know what we call that? That's that 25 hour.
Man.
Nigga, that 25 hours.
Yeah.
Your mind gone.
It can truly break you, man. But while I was back there, again, man, I had the likes of Big Mike here. Had the likes of a dude named Weezy. SSIs that kept me with books, kept me with feeding me, extra trays. Man, even back there, man, that's when I got myself together, man. You know what? When I was back there, as I said, I got myself prepared all over again for population. So you see, I was in population.
Right.
They couldn't handle me because of my aggression.
Right.
So if you overly aggressive, they will send you to ag said for the old. They got people that's back there simply for being too aggressive.
Right.
Then you got those that's back there for assault, or back there for murders and everything. That ain't, I don't even know if they still have, but you ain't never getting out.
Yeah.
And one thing that I couldn't fathom when I was back there is that, you see, they don't let visitors, like how when we went into the prison, they don't let the volunteers that come in the prison back there and ag said because of the conditions. The conditions is, when I tell you, Big Mike, the conditions in SEG is terrible, man. You got laws beating up the inmates, right? You got inmates cutting the fence, going through to the other cage, stabbing, beating them. You do what I'm saying? Some, raping them. Right. You have those that's cutters. What we got, they self-inflicting wounds. Yeah, we call them cutters. Right. Then you got those that's head bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like they doing everything to take themselves out. You do what I'm saying? Right. Then you got the feces. The urine. Oh man. When I tell you,
like their whole self down with feces all in.
Man, they gonna that feces get you. That's gonna get some act right out of you, man. You did what I'm saying?
Human waste, boy.
So with that being said, man, I believe when I got released from ag, while I was back there in ag said, man, as Big Mike said, elaborate a little bit on my doing time. I was aggressive back there in SEG, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I was one of the ones cutting that fence. You know what I'm saying? Because they got what they call back there cell warriors, man. Right. Mm-hmm. Now, when there's a statement saying the mind is a terrible thing to waste, man, the words that so when you cell warrior, any little information that a person has on you, they'll blow it up to I'm talking about, man, it'll get you so mad. You did what I'm saying? Because they put emphasis of lies on it, and lies after lies. So I was aggressive back there in SEG, man. And so what made me calm down, man, while I was back there in SEG, man, is that one volunteer they let in back there, man. I never forget his name, man, named Mr. Brown, man. Mr. Brown was a volunteer that only wanted to ag, because he didn't want to go through, see the population, and he wanted to visit the ag said. So Mr. Brown, he placed a book in my hand, man. And this book was called if y'all can remember, man, they got a book called White Mask, Black Face, man. It's the first book I ever read. And what Mr. Brown, before I even read this, Mr. Brown explained to me that the best way to keep anything from a black person is to put it in the book. Mm-hmm. Put it in the book. And because a lot of people either don't know how to read, man, you dig what I'm saying, for whatever reason. A lot of people don't know how to comprehend what they read, but then a lot of people just they run away from when it comes to books, man. You dig what I'm saying? So ever since then, man, ever since I've been blessed again, people coming into my life. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, if people don't believe in God, they're a damn fool, because that's what got me to chill, even when I was back there, man, from beating people up, man, from, running up in their houses, man, all that, man. The thing is that, man, that man was placed in my life, but he done since passed away, since I've been incarcerated when I was. But he told me, man, the best thing, man, to occupy your mind. While you back there, occupy your mind. Because that's the only thing that's gonna get you out, man. Because you can go crazy back there. I saw plenty of people come back there sane, and the conditions back there is so much, piled up, man, to where you getting jumped, man, you getting mistreated, man, you get starved. Because back there they feed you through a slide. Right. You do what I'm saying? Or if the gap under the door is big enough, they gonna slide the tray up under there. And just like the movies, man, they go on back there, they'll slide that tray in there so fast, all your food is
on the
floor. Yeah, so what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna eat, or you're gonna get it up off the floor. That's why I say, man, the conditions back there.
I'm surprised they wasn't giving y'all the loaves.
Man, and people don't understand that there's a prison inside of prison, man. But that administrative segregation, man, got me mentally prepared to reset myself going forward and getting back in population.
Right. So let's start right there, Wine. You talk about preparation. So as I'm listening to you, I'm hearing that you began to invest in self. You didn't worry about the surroundings, the environment, the
Yeah.
cell warriors. You didn't worry about none of that. You began to doing your
Yeah.
time, and you began to investing in self. So at that moment, you spoke about transition. You began to transform. So when you begin to transform, you were brought up to classification. Okay. And classification made a determination. For those of you that don't know, classification is equivalent to going back to trial. To get released from Ag Sig, you have to go before a unit classification.
Yep.
And they will at that moment determine if we should release you, you're no longer a threat to general population, or if you should remain, you are a threat.
Yep.
So when you went before unit classification, they said, okay, Mr. Malvo, we're going to let you out. We're looking at your folder. We see your disciplinary, your behavior, conduct, and attitude is equal to what we're looking for. So we're going to release you. When you were released and came back out to general population, can you explain to them what that was like now that you have a new set of lenses, you are transformed, you have a renewed heart and mindset?
Yes. So when I came back out, the first day I was out, there was a dude by the name of Weezy, man. He the one who helped me, pack my bags and everything. And I was released on East Ham unit, and being released, man, it was pretty much like a totally different world. Things was too fast. You know what I'm saying? And I learned instantly that if I don't get control, I let the population control me. You did what I'm saying? So when I first released, they didn't release me to general population. They released me to what they called then medium custody. Now they got, I think it's G2 or G4. You know what I'm saying? So they released me to medium custody, man. And you go from not having a celly to now you back having a celly. So that's one of the adjustments I had to make. Me, I'm a very organized, very clean individual. So I was, unfortunately, man, I believe it was a test. I was released to a cell that the celly was totally opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my normal reaction, in my past, my normal reaction, I come through the door like, man, you gotta go. You didn't want to say we are gonna squabble until you go, or you gotta go off the muscle. But I've learned that, again, making that transition, man, I was taking the bitter with the sweet, understanding that you can really prime another individual into being the way they need to be, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as, clean upon dirty, conditions as far as prison. Right. So one of the tests when I first got out was definitely, man, my facing a celly, and that the nastiness, the magnitude of nastiness that he had about himself. You did what I'm saying? But again, the transition, man, allowed me to know, Mike, is that people, even in prison, they give up, homie. Right. He was just one of those ones, man, that never had anybody invest in him like people was investing in me. Right. So, man, after staying his celly for about 30 days, we talking, man, I was leading by example. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've learned my transition came with a sense of peace, homie, a sense of patience and peace, man. Yeah. So, and that was a big influence, from me to a lot of others, man. You know what I'm saying? I always went into situations wanting both sides. Because you know how it is. You got some homies, man. You ain't trying to hear this. Is what my homie said. But I learned that sometimes your homie can be wrong, man. Yeah. There was a lot of homies that was shit starters, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was just one of the ones to where everybody, gravitated towards me because I wanted to hear both sides. I wasn't one to just, and again, Mike, this is the transition that I made coming out of SEG. Now before SEG, it was, man, it's the homies or what, and so I've learned that, man, it's just a lot of, we too got a lot of homies that are messy in the mud, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that was my transition, man, was peace and patience, man, coming out of there. You did what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's how much from that point on, that's how much I was doing, how I was doing my time from that point on.
Ding,
Right.
ding, 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 ding. 7 question time.
Yeah.
7 question time. You want to ask him something else, Mike, before I get him with these 7 questions?
No, go ahead. Let's run it.
You sure?
I'm
Well, look,
positive.
first, before I get into these 7 questions, bro, these 7 questions come from a real deep place. It comes from, I was blessed to be an author, and I wrote a book, Beating the Game, 7 Steps to Developing a Positive Mindset. And the 7 steps is so is very, very, very important, because I use these same 7 steps, not actually these questions I'm about to ask you, but just this the 7 route. You know what I'm saying? Just taking the 7 and making it 7 things that I can base my change on, from the top to the bottom, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I tell people, man, I got personal experience with this, because I tried it on myself and it worked. Now you might don't use the 7 steps just like I use them, but you still can use them and create your own piece, like you said. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. The first question is, and let me say this: I congratulate you, bro, on all the accolades, everything you have done since you've been home. I congratulate you on the change of your mindset and your spirit.
Right.
Is over the top to me, bro, and I really admire that, man, because they can't too many brothers can come home and adjust, as after being locked up as a child, bro, as a child.
Right.
You were locked up as a child, your mama baby. You know what I'm saying? And ain't come home tell you was your mama, man, grown, you know what I'm saying? They didn't see you last time they saw you, you was 12.
Yeah.
Bro. And for God to preserve your mind, like you said, so many people went crazy. Man,
Right.
look, for God, bro.
But God.
But question number 1 is, how is your perspective on the world changed? How did your perspective on the world change from when you was a teenager to now?
So believe it or not, man, my perspective of the world didn't it just had to adjust. I'm not gonna say change, because I'm still family orientated. To my and I understand, family can be your worst critic, your worst enemy at times. So my thing is, my perspective was, I gotta focus on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I brought some of the things. I brought some of the things from prison home, on a positive scale. Like, man, I mind my business, man, because I learned that there are certain things and certain people that you just can't change, man. You gotta let them be. So I don't even force it, man. My thing is, I just, I'm more on self-focusness, man, or self-awareness, man. You did what I'm saying? I'm very well what's going on around me, man. But I don't expect anything out of it. But as I say, man, my I don't have any expectations for the world, big bro. You did what I'm saying? No, my perspective is just, live and let live.
Man, you basically just, that was perfectly, because it's about the man in the mirror. And if you can't fix the man in the mirror, everybody around you is gonna suffer.
Right.
Just like your significant other. If I don't work on me, how can I be a better husband, father? But
Yeah.
when I do work on me and I work on that person in that mirror and stop and not worry about nobody else but that person there, everything else is gonna fall in line. That's word. That's what God said, man. Look, focus on me and you, and everything else gonna fix itself. And it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? You just said it.
Right.
You had peace because you focus on wine.
Right.
Yeah.
And the springboard from that, wine, you're also that light, homie. When people see that change, when people see that peace, when people see that he's focused on himself and staying on track and he's not looking back, that light shines, and then people begin to wonder, now what is he doing? Because whatever he doing, man, I got to apply it. So whether it's those 7 steps, whether it's the Bible, whether it's the Quran, whatever it is, you have to find some type of spiritual foundation and focus on self and deal with self and stay focused. So I applaud you, home.
Yeah, appreciate it, home. Yeah, appreciate both of y'all.
All right. Question number 2. What's a significant skill or piece of wisdom you gained during your time in prison that you would have learned that you wouldn't have learned otherwise?
I just stated, mind my business, homie. I was the type to get in your business, homie. If I saw something wrong, and it didn't even have to be pertaining to me. Like you said earlier, you brought up a good point when you said that, you know, just some things I didn't like, man. I just took charge of it, man. If I ain't like you or like the lifestyle, like the things that you're doing, I got involved, right? Mm-hmm. But the most advice, man, is mind your business, man. Because no matter, you know, it's like people got to change themselves, homie. You can't change them. You know what I'm talking about? Man, man, it's one dude, man, you know, I don't even want to say his name, but bro, I had about 5 fights with him, man. I'm trying to change him, man. But that ain't gonna change. You got to change yourself. So the biggest advice that I got was mind my business, and I apply that out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I stay in my lane, man, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody feeding them like I'm feeding them, man. You dig what I'm saying? There ain't nobody gonna, you know, ain't no say there's no reason not to be in my own lane. I don't see no reason for me to get outside that.
Look, Warren, this is what I learned, and I learned it the hard way. I used to really get in my feelings when I find out someone I pulled into ain't built like me.
Oh, man.
Don't have the same values as me. Ain't solid like me. I be hurt, like really hurt in my feelings, crushed.
Yeah.
But when I went to understanding and growing in my spirituality, man, I had to step back and, you know, God said, man, you trying to do my job.
Yeah.
Nobody can change them but me. Just sit back and lead by example.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Be that light.
Lead by example.
That's it.
Man, that's true. But I see somebody go through that today. I ain't gonna say no name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be hurt because they're not built like us. They're not built like you. They don't have the values. Even when you thought they had the values, they tricked us. Oh Lord, man. We got to think about it. Hold up. Wait. We got to take this with a grain of salt. We got to focus on the mission at hand. All right. Whoever slide off, they slide off. We got to keep on pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? We can't get mad at them because they ain't built like us. They got a problem with God, not us.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, and that's the truth, bro. I mean, man, you hit that, man. Look, question number 3. Looking back, what do you wish the younger self had known today?
Oh boy, that's a good question right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. You know what? And I hate to say it like this here, man.
Come on, brother.
But that family is not, you know, how they say it, man, like family doesn't come in the form of blood, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like family comes
absolutely
with you know what I'm saying? How they say it, man, it's like, you know, blood don't make you family, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Hats off to you, brother.
Yeah. So
I feel you.
I wish I would have known that back then as I know now, man. You do what I'm saying? It would have been a lot of things I would have bypassed or looked over. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing, man. Family ain't, man. Family. Just because you you know, you blood doesn't make you family, man.
Right.
You do.
So I have a tattoo on me, Wine, and it says just that. It says, blood made us related, but loyalty made us family.
For sure. Yeah.
Loyalty made us family.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I need to define it, Mike. You know, that makes us related, but that don't make us family, man.
Right.
So I wish my younger self would have known that back then, man. It's a lot of, bro. Man, listen. I probably would have never been in a lot of positions I've been in, man. You do what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as a leader amongst, even those that was older, man, it's a lot of things that they should have did, man, that I did, but they
Yes.
it was y'all problem. It was y'all, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That y'all,
Y'all dropped the ball on us.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, that's the main thing. I wish I would have known that when I was younger, man.
You want to add something to that, Mike?
No. Let's roll.
All right. Question number 4. Were there any individuals, either inside or outside prison, who played a significant role in your personal growth?
Man, listen. First of all, let me get an honor to my boy Big Mike. You
Hey,
did,
man. But God.
man. Y'all
Good
talked to
job.
another one the other day named Big Knock. What we call him Knocky. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Uh, Dude by the name of South Park Slim, my boy Polo, man, my boy Big Shaq, man. Bro, the list goes on. You do what I'm saying? Like I can go on with that list. But like I say, these was genuine people, man, that stood, and I'm telling you, man, there's one white dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to say Caucasian, however you want to put it, not to be offensive with the terminology, man. But a passer by the name of black one by the name of Arthur. Got, he spoke some quotes out the Bible, man, and not over your head, but he just came down to your level on some hood stuff. Like he
Right.
put in a hood term for you to
Terminology. Right.
for real, like, man, you know what, for real, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Mr. Arthur Randall, man, and it's a white dude by the name of Darren. Darren wasn't on that hood stuff, but Darren showed, bro. I had got in trouble and got locked up and almost missed out my parole of coming home, man.
Wow.
This man went all the way to Huntsville with it, man, to get me out the slammer, man.
Right.
Bro, I'm talking about, listen here, man. I'm talking about by itself, bro. Like he did, administration wanted me, I was that inside terrorist to where administration wanted me. See, this is what I learned, Big Mike. This is what I learned.
Go ahead.
That TDC, man, they want people to stay in prison because it's called a controlled environment.
Ooh.
If this dude controlling this dude or these group of dudes to where they don't have to, do nothing, why not keep them in trouble? Why not keep blessing them with some little free world stuff here, free? It's controlled environment, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Fight fire with fire.
yeah, man. So these, individuals, man.
Come on, Melvo. Don't do me that, man. Oh.
A couple of more,
Oh,
y'all,
there you go.
yeah. A couple of more guys, man, that came into my life and poured into me. They was influential. Like they didn't just pour into me, man. I listened.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's the difference between you can pour in somebody and they not apply. Like you stated earlier, and is that, man, no matter how much you give it to them, man, if they ain't gonna change, they ain't gonna change.
Yeah,
you
they
know
gotta
what I'm saying? And I was just one of the
run.
ones, man, to where, like Big Mike, for example, man, he used to pull me to the side, bro. And let me expound on this for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I didn't touch base on this. Gang banging was a big influence to where, with the right and wrong of doing time. You know what I'm saying? No matter what organization, no matter what family, no matter what clique you was a part of, man. You got those that want you to be a certain way because you're a certain color, and want you not to mess with this dude because he's a certain color. But see, I didn't operate out there. Again, like I was saying, man, the truth is the truth. You got some homies, they messy just as well as, a lot of other people. So the thing is, bro, if this dude claiming this color right here is 100, that's what I've learned. Is that shit, you got some that's claiming another color that's just as 100, man, just as stiff. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what brought me a lot of time, man, to be ear to the ground, man. Like, man, I ain't listen to none of that because I know my partner missing, man. What you got to say about it? And that what brought me to the point of like I say, man, realizing that, man, a lot of things ain't what they seem, man. You did what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got some cats off your side will let you burn, but they got some cats off the other side will throw your
Hey.
safety ring and be like, hey, they trying to backdoor you around.
Man.
I'm like, and you like, hold up,
back to back. Let's go with it. You got one side, I got the other. Don't fall.
Let me tell you, I tell him this all the time, bro. Dudes use that, man, brother, I love you, but that's action words. You can't use that. They use it too loosely these days. You can't buy me with that. You can't do that. That's action words. If you say that, you got to show me it's action, and action can be any kind of, and you'll know because your discerning spirit is going to tell you. It don't have to. It's nothing tangible. It's nothing financial. It's nothing. It's just that, man, action.
Yeah.
Oh, brother,
yeah.
What? If I know you're going through something, and I don't have to ask you nothing. I know what I got to do. I don't got to ask you nothing. I know what's going on.
For sure.
I know what I got to do, regardless of how I got to do it. Long as I get you right. Oh, I might can't get you all the way right, but I might can let you. Look, you might can slide by with it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, that's all love. And I ain't doing it for no reward or nothing. I'm doing it because that's an action to me.
Yeah.
If I say that, that's my word. I lay it down. That's why I left the game, because I know if something happened, I'm going to get the L, man.
All the way.
Like that. I'm not sitting down on no bit. Man, he telling on you, I don't know them dudes. I don't care what they talking about, man. I don't know them.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna be stuck out. And my family gonna be, I want my family, man. Forget that. They can have that. I quit.
Every time.
I quit.
Every
Y'all
time.
can have it. The people ain't run me. The streets ain't run me. Nothing. I quit.
Yeah.
You can have it. But God. But God. Question number 4, man. Let me run this here. Were there any no, I say that. Question number 5.
Right.
What's a cherished memory or moment of joy you hold from before you was incarcerated? And I know that's a long time ago. You was a little kid. So do you have any memory before you went, on them 2 hats that you like that helped you? Like, damn, I remember that, man. That was like, yeah.
Man, you know what? To be honest with you now, because even you gotta understand, man, even at a young age, man, I was doing wrong, bro. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like all my good memories are bad to the memories of other people. You did what I'm saying? So I can say this though, man. And I'm a bro, sometimes incarceration is not a curse, man. Sometimes it's a blessing.
Most definitely.
See what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
The route I was going, bro, at a young age, the route I was going, man, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to y'all today.
Man, you know you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You know you wouldn't be here, man.
Real.
You know you too real. Too many snakes. And being too real get you killed.
It does, huh?
That's just facts.
It does.
They say, oh, why the good gotta die young? The good don't die young. The too real die young.
Man.
You keeping it too real. And sometimes you keep it too real, you ain't really good because you had to get ugly because you're keeping it too real.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be accountable, bro.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it, man. We got to hold ourselves accountable. If we don't hold ourselves accountable, how we going to hold them accountable? Yeah. Look, man, I done wrong. Some things I didn't know. I didn't have the knowledge, but some things I did have the knowledge. I was just keeping it real, I thought.
Yeah.
But now that I know,
when you know better, you do better.
Hey, man.
Mike.
Hey.
You got his mic off?
Okay.
I can barely hear you. Okay.
Say something, Mike?
Yeah. I was saying, but now that you know, and you came in.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, I can't. That's cool, though. Go ahead.
You can't hear him?
I can't hear him at all.
He ain't on mute.
That's cool. It'll probably be something on my end. I hear you good though.
Can you hear me
So
now,
look,
Juan?
hold on, let me try something. Shit. Wow, man. Oh shit. Oh, that's what that was making that noise. My big dummy.
Can
Say
you hear me
something,
now,
Mike.
Juan? Can you hear me? Okay. Go ahead, Ant. Let's run.
Oh, it's all good. Running.
All right. Question 6. As you think about your future, what are you mostly hopeful for and excited about for your future?
Well, my future did when my future came, home as far as being a great dad. You did what I'm saying? Once I had my son, man, that was man, that priority, that skipped all other priorities, man. To my being a great dad, man, and continue to be a successful individual, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I hold. That's what I hold in my future, man. You know, I'm literally bossed up, man. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that's a great accomplishment for me, man. But I future holds for me expanded, man. I want what they call that, and I was just reading upon it, man. That generational wealth.
That
That's what I
generation.
want. That's what
Right.
I want to build, homie. That's what I'm looking to build, man. Because at the end of the day, I don't want my child to struggle like I
Nah.
did. You do. I mean, they say when you have a son, they could be 10 times worse, but I'm trying to break that. You know what I'm
Break
saying?
them, man. Look, we
Yeah.
don't break them. We destroy the
I
generational
swear.
curse because
I
anything
swear.
you break, you can fix back. We
Yes, sir.
don't want it to be fixed back. We destroying the generational
Sure.
curses. So
Yeah.
that's
Sure.
why when people say, "Oh, what are you doing, your son?" I said, "Because, man, my son gonna be better than me. I don't
Right.
care what you say. I don't want him to do what I done. I want him to do better than I
Better.
done, man.
Better.
Tripping.
Yeah.
Come on,
Better.
man.
For sure.
Man, let's get to this magic number 7, man. This magic number 7 is, man, look. Question 7, man. You know what 7 is? It's biblical. It's God to me, and that's what it means, man. What is one thing you want the people to understand about your experience and your growth from behind bars?
Well, understand that, man, it was a struggle to get to the point that I'm at now, man. Like I say, with peace and patience, man. But also understand that
Peace and patience.
I'm not a saint, man. You know what I'm saying? There's days that I do fall. You do what I'm saying? And people just gotta be a little bit more patient with me, man. Cause sometimes, man, when I hear certain things and I look at people a certain way, man, sometimes it irritates me to the point it agitates me to where I want to act out, man. But a lot of people mistake my presence, man, to be one of negativity. You do what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not until I open my mouth and present myself that surprises them, man. So at the end of the day, man, what I want people to know, man, is that I approach any and every situation as far as and individuals, man, with peace, homie, and a great deal of respect. You can only lose respect from me, man. Now, once I lose respect for you, then I handle you accordingly, man. You did what I'm saying, but my approach to anybody or any situations, man, is the humble giant, homie. You did what I'm saying, but be rest assured as well, though, man. You know what I'm saying? That beast is always, lurking.
Always.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I come with, homie. Abundance of patience and peace, homie.
Right.
Say, look, check this out, bro. I do want you to, tell the people where they can find you at, what platforms you on, and tell them about what you got going on. You got your own trucking business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So let the people know something about what you got going on, man, and what where they can find you at if they want to, contact you for any information or anything they may need. They might need some
Yeah,
mentorship. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure.
Hey, that's a blessed brother. So check him out.
So, they can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, man, under Willis Malvo or Damn Fool, man. Yes, and as far as they got any question pertaining to the trucking business, now I'm gonna give it to them real. I ain't trying to do the other guy thing, man. The reform. I'm gonna give you some methods to where you can use them Or if if you set on them, man, you can lose them, man. From the high shot perspective, man, or from the 18 wheeler perspective, man. And I got access to getting knowledge as far as the box trucks, man. You did what I'm saying? So, with that being said, man, and I got, I do, teach boxing, man, for the youth. You know what I'm saying? You're a grown man. You don't know how to fight now. I ain't trying to
You're in trouble.
get you. Yeah. And the reason why I choose to teach the youth, man, because people gotta understand boxing is not just a physical thing, man. You start with a mental. Yeah, you did what I'm saying? And anybody on this platform right here, man, that's looking to get in touch with me, with training their children and everything, understand this here. Uh is very disciplined over here on this end. Your child will be disciplined. If you ain't looking for your child to be disciplined, don't bring them. Whether it's a little girl or male, don't bring them. You know what I'm saying? Because uh I've learned that if you trying to be a bully, boxing is not for you.
Not for you.
You know what I'm saying? It is not for you, man. It's a discipline thing, and boxing will humble you. Because what I've learned over time is just like I was saying when I was down, man, is that you're not the best. You know what I'm saying? You're not the best. I tell people, even Floyd Mayweather lost one. You did what I'm saying? He lost one. It might not be on his record, professional record, but
You
everybody
lost
lost
me.
one. Yeah, but that humbled him enough to be great. So on my end, man, when we go upon teaching, man, we first want to see where they mind at. You know what I'm saying? With the growth and development, man, as far as if they are not ready, man, they're just not ready, man. We don't force anything. Tell the
No.
parents as well, man, is that, you ain't looking for them to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Like a moment of, sit your ass down, then this ain't the place for you. You do what I'm saying?
Man, say, bro, I dig that, bro. I love boxing. That's like, it's football and boxing for me. I don't do
Yeah.
basketball or baseball. Football, boxing, and that's what it is. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But man, it was a pleasure, man. Look, we gonna do it again. It ain't no when we gonna do it again because there's a lot we have to do. There's a lot we have to do together because you home team now. So they got to get used to you. They got to start getting used to your face. So, but with the boxing thing, man, we will get together, and I think I got a couple of kids to send that way, bro. And I would love to come see what you got going on with the boxing, man, for
That's
real.
cool. That's cool. Yeah.
I love it. Mike,
Yeah, once again, man, just want to
keep it in.
let
I
all
can
of
hear him a little
our
bit. Hmm.
once again to let all of our guests know that this is mindset therapy. It begins right here. If you change your mind, you change your heart, you change your actions. You know what I'm saying? And again, like he said, when you do better, when you know better, you do better. Again, like we always highlight, and I want to keep adding emphasis, we do not glamorize going to prison. As you heard tonight, this gentleman was 12 years old and he spent the greater of his life in prison, like myself. But God used this man, and now he's a vessel and he's pouring and investing into others to deter them from going down the path that he himself once went down. So please don't look at this lightly. Don't look as if, because we're using certain verbiage that we're glamorizing going to prison or being incarcerated or even murder, robbery, any of the crimes. We're not. We're only using lived experiences to keep each and every individual that we possibly can out of the system. The
Yeah.
system. So please, my name is Michael Robinson. If you'd like to get in touch with me on Facebook, you can look me up. Keep your GPS on me. If you'd like to look me up on TikTok, you can look me up under Michael P. And anything outside of that, if you leave a comment in Mindset Therapy, my brother Anthony London will reach out to me. And to let each and every one of you know, we are a team. What you're looking at, everyone that comes on this panel, we are a team. And we're taking the streets on step by step. And anyone wanting to conjoin
Yeah.
or to pour, invest in us, please tap into Mindset Therapy. And together, collectively, let's work to save our future, which is our youth. With that being said, but God.
But God, say, man, again, like I said, this Mindset Therapy Real Talk Podcast. Here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves again. We offer 7 simple strategies to developing a positive mindset, and we stand on that. Say, man, this has been an awesome show, man. It been one of the ones, man. I really enjoyed it. I soaked up a lot, man, from the brother Wine, the Foulion. You heard me? So, man, have your ears and your eyes on point, you did, because we're gonna be circling back on this, man. This Mindset Therapy Real Talk Podcast. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for leaving comments. I will be answering y'all back, but right now I really can't see all the comments that's coming. I can see them, but they're small from YouTube. I'm sorry. But thank y'all for pouring into us. Thank y'all for supporting Mindset Therapy and all the brothers that's on this platform, man. Good night. Love y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.
That's what it is, B.